From the steps of the highest court in the land, a local group is holding a silent vigil in Essex Junction in support of reproductive rights. Local 22's Dana Casulo is there now live at Five Corners, where she spoke with advocates earlier today. Dana?
Lauren, these people have been outside for over an hour holding signs to support women's rights. Kelly Adams, a local activist leader, says they are not going to stand for this anymore. Kelly Adams leads a local activist group called Essex Resists.
I just felt so much rage and so much grief because what we're fundamentally talking about here is whether or not 50% of our population has human rights.
As a mother, she says she's concerned for her children.
I don't want my daughters to have fewer rights than my own mother had. That's the wrong direction to be going in.
In Vermont, what's known as Prop 5 will go before voters in November. It's an amendment to the state constitution that would safeguard the right to reproductive liberty, regardless of any future decision by the U.S. Supreme Court. Law professor Jared Carter says there is pressure for the court to issue its decision quickly.
The reality is this was a draft written by one justice who we know is hostile to the right anyway. And it's very unclear how many members of the court support this draft decision and how many oppose it.
The vice president of public affairs with Planned Parenthood Vermont Action Fund says she saw this coming for years.
I think people in Vermont think, oh, nothing bad like that would happen in Vermont. We, of course, we're pro-choice here. At the same time, we have seen through history that unexpected things can happen.
Larish wants to remind people that elections matter.
A subsequent legislature could come in after the next election, and if that legislature were made up of people who were a majority opposition to abortion rights, they could make the decision to repeal the reproductive rights bill that's currently on the books.
Adams wants women to know they are not alone.
Vermont is a small state. There are women all over this country who are going to be put in really, really bad positions. And I think we can lead the way and show what's possible, but we have to fight for the whole country.
In November, the Reproductive Liberty Amendment will appear on the statewide ballot. Reporting live in Essex Junction, Dana Casulo, Local 22 News.